Okay, so the Pokemon 25th Anniversary Direct just dropped yesterday. So I just want to quickly give my thoughts and opinions about the Direct. All in all, I thought it was a pretty solid Direct. They announced quite a few things this time, and the things they announced were actually pretty interesting and exciting. I think most of the fan base is probably pretty satisfied with this Direct. Now it's a 20-minute long Direct, so it's quite a lot of things, but I want to start off with the main star of the Direct, the Pokemon Sinnoh remakes, Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Pokemon Shining Pearl. So let's just quickly go through that one first. So, the Pokemon Sinnoh games are back with a fresh coat of paint. Now, I would say I am surprised by this, but honestly, everyone has been theorizing this for at least a few years already. But I am glad that we finally got some confirmation on this. I will say this, however, while I did expect the remakes coming already, I did not expect the style that they choose to take on for this remakes. I was expecting the remakes to be closer to that of the Hoenn games, where they transitioned from a top-down view to a 3D game. So in my mind, the Sinnoh remakes were going to be just like Pokemon Sword and Shield, with the 3D graphics, the wild areas, but like Sinnoh, However, the remakes of the Pokemon Sinnoh games, they kept the top-down view, so it's closer to the original style, which I think is pretty interesting. For one, I think maybe they're doing this to appeal for the nostalgia factor. I mean, this game is probably very nostalgic for a lot of people, right? And personally, I think it's quite fresh in the sense that at least we're not getting another 3D Pokemon game. So what I do think is a pretty weird way to do a remake, I think it's actually a pretty smart way to do it. Quite clever. I don't really have any complaints with the style they're going for. Gameplay wise, I doubt that they'll change anything. I mean, it's a Pokemon game, the formula works, they're gonna keep using it. I mean, yeah, I'm not expecting too much of a big change in it. Interestingly enough though, Game Freak isn't the one developing the remix. It is being done by a company called ILCA. However, Junichi Masuda, Game Freak Inc., he's still in the project. Now, what does this mean for the game? I have no idea, honestly. But I think it's interesting that they're letting another company do kind of a mainline Pokemon game. So we'll have to see the end product. But hey, I think it is pretty exciting to see what a different company can do with the Pokemon franchise. There is something that bothers me about this game as we've seen so far, however, mainly about the graphics. Honestly, the overworld looks pretty clean, it looks slick, looks pretty polished. I do wish that it could have looked a bit better, but honestly, I don't really have too many complaints on how the overworld looks. What I have a complaint about is the character models. I assume this is a pretty close-up view of it. The character models look pretty awkward, like smashed Play-Doh figurines or something. I do appreciate that they're going with a different style, but maybe this is something that will grow on me over time. But first viewing, it feels a bit off for me. So all in all, I think the trailer looks pretty good actually. Now, I started off with Pokemon Black and White as my first Pokemon game. So this game the Sinnoh region does not exactly invoke any nostalgia in me. However, I do know people who really enjoyed the old Diamond and Pearl, so I think they'll be quite excited for this remake to come. Now, I've also been seeing people online talking about how they're scared that they wouldn't adapt all the content. So things like from Platinum, the Distortion World, Battle Frontier, all that fun stuff, they might not put it in these remakes. Personally, I'm not too worried about that, because if they're bothering to remake the game already, I doubt that they're going to cut corners. I think they're probably going to put in some effort into this. I hope. Feels weird to cut corners when they're going to put so much effort in already, but we'll just have to see the end products for this. Honestly, I'm just glad that they didn't just port the old games onto the Switch and charge it $60 a pop. Weirdly enough, yes, my expectations were that though. So I'm pleasantly surprised. Now let's quickly go to the next big part of the Pokemon Direct. Pokemon Legends Arceus. So, Pokemon Legends Arceus. It's Breath of the Wild, but Pokemon. It's Sinnoh region, but Japan at the same time, which honestly seems pretty interesting so far. Kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter Rise with the whole Japanese theme, but hey, that's not a bad thing. And quick, there's not much to talk about for this game. We did see quite a lot of footage actually. Gameplay wise, it's actually I was gonna say it's Pokemon, right? But this game looks pretty ambitious, so maybe we will get something quite different. I mean, it's fair for me to get my hopes up just a bit. Graphics wise, the game looks pretty clean and polished right now. As for the overworld, we'll have to see it when the game comes out, but Pokemon games usually have pretty good graphics. At least the worlds look pretty good, character designs are great, Pokemon design is interesting, so I'm not too concerned about how they handle the graphics for this game. So the starters we get for this game is actually pretty interesting, as is we are not getting any Sinnoh Pokemon for the starters. We're getting Oshawott from Unova, Cyndaquil from Johto, and Rowlet from Alola, which are pretty interesting picks, not gonna lie. But I think it's because of this, we shouldn't expect too many new Pokemon for this game. I'm expecting maybe a new form of Arceus, since it's in the name, a new form of Arceus, maybe a new mythical Pokemon, that and that. But hey, if they're gonna add more things, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that don't expect too many new things from this. So yeah, so that's about it for the main stars of the Pokemon Direct. Now they did announce the new Pokemon Snap. They showed some new footage, but honestly, I've never played a Pokemon Snap game in my life. I'm not really a big fan of it, so I don't really know what I can't really say too much about it. But just like from a viewer point of view, the game looks nice. The graphics look pretty clean and looks pretty interesting too. So if you do like the Pokemon Snap series, you definitely like this game much more than I will. So yeah. Also, I want to quickly talk about the kind of like the I'm not sure what to call it, like a trailer, a compilation. No, not yeah, just the 5-minute clip of at the start of the direct, which showcased like how the Pokemon franchise has grown over the years, all the different games, different things that it comes with it. That was pretty clean. I always enjoy this type of videos to see like just how far this game franchise has come by. It was done pretty well too. So that's about it. That's basically all my impressions on this direct. Personally, I thought this direct was done quite okay. Would I have asked for more things? Not really. Honestly, my standards for the Pokemon game dropped quite a lot after how they got quite a bit lazy with Pokemon Sword and Shield. I just kind of it's whatever they give, I'll just take it, I guess. But I guess it's quite exciting to see that instead of going back to the try and repeat formula, they're trying different things out. So maybe maybe it's okay for me to hope for a good game now. But yeah, that's about all I have to say.